Okay. What does that do? Ah, okay. And yeah. Hi, Adelaide. Just give me a second. Okay. Just moving stuff out of my way. Hi. You're the first person here today. It always feels so weird. I'm so nervous. Hi, Candy. I'm in my PJs. It's kind of funny because I put my PJs on for this particular chat. Hi, Jason. No craftsing. The votes were for chit chat, so I have no idea what we're chatting about. So feel free to type questions or, yeah. How is everyone? You know, I wasn't real. I was like, the last time I did this, I just kind of threw it on and wasn't nervous. Today I am shaking like a leaf. It is 11:28 a.m, so I'm a few minutes early. Well, 2 minutes early now, but yeah. I had some technical issues last time I did this when I was trying to move my camera, so I wanted to make sure I had time. I'm good. Nervous. I don't know why, but I'm really nervous for this one. I think because I didn't plan the last one. The last one was just a random off the cuff thing, and I let people vote for what they wanted today, and everyone voted. Well, there were 9 votes, and the predominant thing was chit chat. So here I am with no idea what to chit chat about. What games have you been playing lately, Jason? Oh, wow. Hi, nostalgic and intricate delights. I do not know your first name, so you'll have to fill me in on that one. I think you're another Aussie. So, excuse me. It's our weather's been crazy. Hi, Fiona. Ah, Grace. Awesome. I like that name. I actually have a friend with the name Grace. She's lovely. I met her online many, many, many years ago when I was in my 20s. Yeah. As I was just saying that I put up a poll on Twitter for, did people want a craft tutorial? Did we just want to chit chat? Did we want to make because I've been on a short soup dumplings, and the vote was chit chat, which kind of leaves me like, I have to babble and I don't know what to babble about today. I'm also a bit sniffly because we went from super hot to super cold. And we're going to have another little heat wave again soon in a few days. Fun, fun, fun. Mother Nature needs to get the memo that it is autumn, not smack bang in winter and not smack bang in the middle of summer. Oh, I'm so excited, Fiona. Why can I not think? Joanne Lee's sending hers off soon too. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, like here it's supposed to be autumn, which means it's supposed to be a bit cooler, but you know, not too hot, not too cold. My favorite kind of times of year, the moderate season. Yeah, we are freezing today with a side of extra frozen, and then on the days when it's not freezing, it is hot as. Like, you need air conditioners on the days it's not freezing. It's crazy at the moment. Someone forgot to send Mother Nature all her change of season memos, I think. Wow, snow. I've never seen real life snow. The closest I've ever gotten to real snow is a waxed snowball. I went to boarding school, and one of the girls there, her parents ran the gift shop at Perisha Jindabyne. And that's one of the things they used to make and sell in the gift shop was they'd literally make a snowball, dip it in the surf wax, and just keep dipping it. And I had one of those. And then one day I got curious about what was inside a wax snowball, not really thinking about it. It's just water. So I kind of broke it. Oh, it's icy here. The thing with where I live is we seem to get the super hot and the super cold, and it's like icy cold. Like I could literally, I have to find all my door snakes because I could literally feel the breeze part way up my, um, yeah, almost all the way up my bed. So I need to get my door snakes and stuff to stop that from happening. See, 27 is still too high for me, Fiona. Give me about 22 to 24. 20 to 24 is about my I can function well range. Yeah, well, that was the thought was because people complained like in my other challenge that they didn't have the money to post things. I thought if I do a challenge where it's only going to cost you, say, even if it's just a card you send, then it might get a few more people to enter. And my challenge is also I'm challenging myself, so the prizes are going to be in the same thing where it's going to be a couple of things I have made but have to go for the same sort of postage. So I figured that way it's turnabout's fair play. I know a lot of people have said they're having trouble with my challenge. Hello, Owen. For anyone who hasn't met Owen yet, Owen is an incredibly gifted young man. He is well worth a follow. He's doing something called Music of the Spheres. I'll let him explain it because I cannot. I will butcher it. Quite honestly, I will not do that project justice, but it's really, really cool. I love this because I have Disney and Doctor Who people and people from Mary's crew and my crafters and just all different people. It's really cool. Where am I from? I'm in a little town called Nowra in New South Wales. It's a resort town. It's weird. We have we have a crazy amount of supermarkets for our population, seriously. And they keep opening new ones outside of town for other parts, so people don't have to travel the extra 5 minutes to get to the supermarket triangle, which is what I call, because we have a spot where we have Aldi, Coles on one side of the street and then Woolworths on the other. We have 2 Woolworths and also an IGA in town. Like that's all within a few blocks of each other. It's crazy. Oh, that's really cool, Owen. That is really, really cool. I've been meaning to give your link to a friend of mine who is she's really into a whole lot of different stuff and that. Okay, no. Okay, so thing I just learnt is I can't click on someone's name and go to their channel at the moment. I get all the mod commands. How interesting. I don't even I kind of ended up down this way because my sister's here and my nieces. I'm not sure how it's a kind of an isolating area when you don't drive, and when you're not churchy, it's yeah, it's I don't actually have many friends in my area. Like I don't get to hang out with people. So I actually have to plan events like picnics and stuff so I can actually have days where I hang out with my friends. Because it's just, yeah, and at the moment, just budget-wise, I don't get to travel, so I have to try and get a trip into Sydney this year because I haven't been anywhere for, like, 2 years. It's crazy. My way is very pretty, though. I'm still trying to decide what to send you for your challenge, Fiona, because, like, that is so wide open, and I love making so many different things. It's crazy. Anything I make, I usually enjoy making, so it's like, what do I send? I'm sure something will come to me and it'll be like, this is for Fiona. By the way, Owen, I'm up to, I think it's 3 or 4 episodes into season 2. I thought you'd like to know that. I got through the first 2 Discord episodes. It's kind of fun. Oh, that is really cool, Fiona. I know she went to, yeah, I know that she went and met up with Melinda. I'm kind of envious. I love those ladies so much, but I love that they caught up because I know they both get to feeling a bit lonely, and it's nice to know someone, like, even if it's not often, that you can hang out with. I will let you know, Adelaide. I probably will end up staying in the city just because I'm more comfortable with that. Um, it's yeah. I grew up in Sydney. I grew up in a town in a suburb called Moorebank, which is I don't when I grew up it was Western Sydney. Now it's like Northwest. I don't know. They fancied up the name. They raised the price of the real estate. I understand that feeling, Fiona Jane. Have a couple. Well, I say friends, I would say more like acquaintances now, like people. Well, one moved away, but even when you talk to them, like you don't really get to hang out and see them. And I also don't often have money to go out for coffee and stuff. Although I had a counsellor who always encouraged me to do the what's it called? There's that thing that went around, the meme that went around forever ages ago, the where they leave, like where you can pay the pay it forward kind of coffee thing. And a lot of our shops do that. And I was always encouraged to do that, but I would feel bad because I figure, well, one, I don't drink coffee, so I'd have to use it for a different type of drink. But I always felt bad doing that because I had food on the table and stuff, and I would feel like other people probably need it more than I do. Or, you know, if you're out with a toddler or something and they need a drink, I would, yeah, that's just my mindset though. Like, but my counsellor made me do it a few times. I can't remember what it's called though. Yeah, it does. I don't know. I'm used to it. I have lived down here over 10 years and I am used to being on my own. It's not the easiest thing, but it is. I craft a lot. Crafting is my literal sanity. I have bipolar too, bipolar as in bipolar number 2 as so I feel your pain there. And art therapy is one of the highest therapies for most recommended therapies for bipolar. I don't know if you knew that, but crafting is actually good for your soul in that sense. Oh, I'm so excited, Owen. That is awesome. You Twitch stream too, don't you, Owen? Do you Twitch stream? Am I remembering that wrong? I don't know if I have you on Facebook yet or not, Fiona, but I can be like that, which is why making videos is good for me. I have at the moment I haven't been in a very babbly, which is why you get the lots, because my brain is not as, I was on overload a little while ago and it just was like nothing stopped. It was horrible. Fair enough, Owen. You've got time. You've got all the time in the world. And Mary did that really great video for us to learn from. I really want to Twitch stream, but I need a better laptop and better stuff so that I can, because it would be awesome to Twitch stream my crafting. But then I have to sit in the uncomfortable place and craft for a while, which is not always good. Oh, and this is pineapple juice and coconut water. I usually add mineral water, plain mineral water to it as well, but I forgot to buy some. Oh, and I forgot the apple cider vinegar. Usually I do that, and it's what I call jump up juice. I've got to get into the habit of doing it more in winter. I usually do it in summer because it helps with hydration, but I was occasionally buying sports water, the MyZone one, and I sort of tried, this is my version of sort of energy drink without all the bad stuff in it. Oh no, that's no good, Fiona. Oh, chronic illness is like, on one hand, it's a blessing I live on my own. On another, it's not, because there's no one to pick up the slack. So anytime I start getting on top of things here, I usually end up sick. It's really annoying. Oh, awesome, Owen. That's great. Thank you. I will definitely do that. I'm so excited to hear your work. I know I followed your YouTube channel. I'm good. I'm okay today. I've been on overload the last couple of weeks. For anyone who doesn't know what that's like, imagine having about 50 TV channels on in your head at once and not being able to turn any of them off, and having it be on chipmunk speed, because that's what it feels like. That's where I was the last couple of weeks. So I'm kind of relieved that has toned down a lot. It's just one of the things with bipolar 2 for me, and with my particular mental health stuff, and that is that it's why I've cut back a bit on watching Twitch, and am trying, and as much as I try to keep up as much as I can on YouTube, I do get behind because I just can't watch everything. Agree. I wish my health is so bad that mania for me is literally just a little bit of productivity. Like me getting the bee in the bonnet about that album and all the bits that went with it. That is my version of productivity. And by the way, Fiona, I craft a lot in bed. You would be shocked at the things I make in bed, because I can't always, because I have arthritis in my hips and stuff, and this lounge gets really uncomfortable. I've learnt to craft in bed. Hello, Tina. Great to see you. My psychologist thinks I have quite possibly, compact PTSD. I have been diagnosed with severe social anxiety, severe depression, anxiety, and bipolar 2 are what's diagnosed. Not to mention I've got a bone scan next week to find out exactly where I have arthritis and stuff. And yeah, I have lots of things going on, but we muddle through as best we can. Hi, Wendy. Oh my goodness. All my crafty ladies. Owen, meet my crafty ladies. Crafty ladies, meet Owen. And Adelaide, if you're still here, Adelaide's awesome and into all nerdy and wonderful. I don't see it. Look, honestly, I've been, like, when I got the diagnosis, I tried to fight it really hard. The psychiatrist that diagnosed me let me go away for a few months and think about it. And I actually I thought about it. There were times as a kid, my parents had to drag me kicking and screaming from the house because I didn't want to go anywhere. And people go, oh, that's normal for a kid, but not to the point where oh, wow. And you're making music, Owen. I've had it probably since early childhood or birth. I really thought about it. There were periods in my teens, with depression, you don't shower, you don't want to look after yourself or do anything. And I was at boarding school, and I remember having periods like that and not knowing what it was. It was just and Mum used to call it my blue periods when I was growing up. She'd say, oh, you're in one of your blue periods. So And I have a weird history, like, the rumors around my, being put up for adoption and stuff, like, there's actually corroborated stuff where, our birth mother, I've never met my birth mother, not as a grown up, came and took me away with 2 bikers with guns, which was the only way she could get us, but they wouldn't let her take my sister. So I got put up for adoption and she got left with her father's family. So I have a very complex, weird history of life. Oh, wow. See, I don't see, mental health wasn't as big when I was growing up. So for me, and mum had her, like, I love my mum, but she had a lot of her own issues. And so a lot of my issues were seen as me, I guess, trying to torment her or make her feel insecure. And that's not her fault. Like, she didn't grow up having a mother. She was fostered all her life. She had a history of abuse within her foster families and stuff. So there's a whole lot of other stuff that came into play there. But also, I don't think it was really thought about. It wasn't until I hit breaking point, like my 20s, most of my teens and 20s were were definitely hypomania times. I was more up than down. Like, I was that weird person who would go to bed with it, like, be the last person to bed at a party, first one up making breakfast and cleaning up. Oh, wow. I'm 44 this year, Fiona, so we're close in age. Strict parents is not always easy, but sometimes it's a good thing. It gives you, but then the thing is, I don't have a, like, not self-discipline, but I struggle with just everyday stuff. You are. You are, Owen, but you're holding your own amongst older ladies, so you're doing good. Oh, wow, Tina, I honestly would not have pegged you for being over 40, even into 40s. I know, I grew up with a few Italian girls that were like that. They were only allowed to go out if they were in a group of girls, and there was so many strict instructions. And yeah, really, I would not have picked you for over 40s at all. I'm really bad at the age game, though. Like, people get really, there was a period where people would get really violent when they learnt my age and that I wasn't like 10 or 20 years younger than they thought where they thought I was. But the mental health awareness, like, it is a lot more now. Fiona, there is a really good website called heartsupport.com, and they have like, you can post anonymously when you need, like, if you're having a day where you feel like you need help. They're really good. It's something I've only just kind of, I've known about heart support for a little while, but I've only just sort of looked a bit more into it. So that's a really good free resource. They're American based, but it's sort of like a support network within people who have mental health, and who, if you're having a really bad day, who will sort of support you and stuff. Yeah, I haven't really, because I'm bad at keeping up with forums. Like, Twitch have something called have it. There's an app, or like a series of forums called Discord, and I run a Discord, and I'm so bad at keeping up with it. People just have to learn to be patient with me, and that it takes me ages, and I can't always handle too much at once. But what I like about the heart support one is they do a Twitch stream as well, and they will say, "Hey, this person needs support. Here's a link. Go write a comment." So, and it's a really nice. Oh, wow. I have never been married and I don't have kids. It's just the way life worked out for me. I find it endlessly funny that YouTube give me all the Elevate for pregnancy ads and stuff. Oh, yeah, see, I looked on the Beyond Blue a couple of years ago, and the last post it had on their actual forum was, like, a couple of years before that. It was really weird. And my psychiatrists were through the Lawson Clinic via Skype, but I have a really good psychologist in town now. She's lovely. Or not in town, she's out of town. I've got to remember to keep $20 so I can go op shopping at the Anglicare shop. For any of the American ladies, op shopping is thrift shopping. Oh, wow, that is amazing. I love that story. That is so sweet. That is lovely. My mum and dad split up when I was in my teens, and mum dated a series of people. She met 2 guys at the same time. I love this. This is just like, this story always makes me like, it's so sweet. She met 2 guys, Ray and Joe, on the same day. Literally was looking after both their mothers in the nursing home where she worked. Yeah, well, there is one across the road, and I've never been to it, but it looks like it could be a bit of a treasure trove. It looks kind of messy and not well organized, and often they're the good ones because they often have stuff super cheap. But yeah, so she met these 2 guys. She fell for one of them. His name was Ray. They went out for a year, and he took her to Tahiti, brought her home, and then dumped her. She was devastated. Meanwhile, she was just friends with Joe. Joe would come and mow our lawn while she was at work, leave flowers in the laundry sink. Like, while she was at work or out, he would come and do things like clean the gutters, he'd take her out for dinner. Just he was being a friend, but I think he knew what he wanted. And she used to say to me, "Mandy, why can't I fall for Joe?" And I'm like, "Because you're still in love with Ray, Mum." She never got it. Took her ages to get this. She rang him up in tears one day, in love with the wrong guy. And she's like, "Why can't we be together?" And he's like, "You've just got to get it through your head, Monty. We're never going to be together," because he used to call him Monty. And a few months after that, once she'd had time to grieve that, hi, Pink Zebra. They had always talked about their plans to travel around Australia. He actually paid off the last of Mum's mortgage, and they bought a camper van. And they went camper vanning around Australia and did the nomad thing. And they were together for a really long time. Unfortunately, he lost his battle with cancer last year. It's been a year, 2 years, maybe 2 years. Oh no, Adelaide, know yourself a lot better before you get married. Unless it feels right, I would say definitely. But anyway, so there's another, but it's sad, but he had a long battle. Like, his battle was over 10 years. But there was another friend that I've known since I was 3. Like, he's known me since I was a little girl. He was there when I was adopted and stuff. Mum went to work her first job was in the tax department in Sydney, and he was an accountant there. And her and Michael are together now, and he has known Mum since she was 16. So she's happy, and she laughs a lot, and Michael makes her happy. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a good thing. But she had a really hard time with my dad, and she had a long period where she was alone too. So I don't begrudge her happiness. But it's an interesting. It's just an interesting thing. Like, I think, because I'm single and I've been single for over 7 years. Oh, there was a 4-month break in between, but we won't talk about that. That was mostly an internet relationship where I was, can I blame the pain meds? I had a broken leg at the time, so I was not in my right mind. But yeah, and it's mostly because I don't have the patience. I don't know if anyone else is single, but I just don't have the patience for the same conversation, the same get to know you conversation for the 1 millionth time, and being ghosted and all the crud that goes with it these days. I don't have the energy for it. Yeah, it is. It was being courted, but like Joe was such a lovely guy. Like he would give mum, like mum would put every so often used to put money in my bank account, and he would give her extra money to put in my account and say, "That's from Andy. Just don't tell her it's from me." Oh, that's lovely, Fiona. The Notebook. Unpopular opinion, but I found it really boring. I loved the end, but it just dragged on too long for me. It was too. But then again, I also don't like Titanic, which I know is another unpopular opinion. I like my stories. I like my stories to move a little faster. I'm a bit more into pacing. If I could have watched The Notebook at double speed, I probably would have liked it more. It's like I love the movie Keeping the Faith, but there's this big visual love to New York in it a lot, where they just do a lot of panoramic shots and stuff, and they could easily cut that out and make it a much more flowy movie for my liking. As much as I love it. Oh wow, that's wonderful, Tina. That is absolutely. I don't know what in life why it never worked out that way for me, but I don't begrudge other people having that and having kids and having a wonderful life. I think that's amazing. I think we all do the best with whatever life throws at us sometimes. I think it's the drama, like the romantic dramas that I'm more of a rom-com girl. I'm like 27 Dresses or No Problem Owen, or like yeah, I can't, why has my brain gone? Muriel's Wedding. I like I like to have fun, like, and I think for me nowadays as well, I struggle because I do struggle with mental health. I have to be careful what I watch. Like I do watch Game of Thrones, but I will look away. That's probably the most. And I know that Da Vinci's Demons towards the end started to get really, mind you, that has the hottest sword fight in history in it. I love the Jane Austen type period drama. That's fun. And I love a good sappy movie, but I'm just like, I was, I don't know, did anybody read the Me Before You books? Me Before You, Me After You? Watch the movie? I was really upset by the movie because they made the female lead have less depth than she should have. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the book, and I understand them cutting it out, but they could have just had a couple of lines so that, because she had no depth in the movie. Like she seemed flighty and you never quite understood why she was the way she was. The movie kind of killed me. Because the book wrecked me. Like, do not, unless you want to be complete, like seriously, that book wrecked me. I was in tears. I just like I could not reread that book if you paid me. I couldn't do it. It's so much. That is amazing, Fiona. Like I had my mum was a single mum for a large portion of my like teen years. For all of my teen years, pretty much, and I just amazing. Like she would work back to back shifts and not complain at the nursing home. She was paying a mortgage on her own. She never got maintenance. She got one payment, one when my dad moved to New Zealand. He got off so easy. She had to buy out his half of the house. He took the money from the block of land. Like she should have got so much more because she was keeping me. She paid all my boarding school fees, things I didn't even find out about until I was in my 20s. Wow, Adelaide, that's amazing. My sister's a single mum. She's had periods. Oh, fiance, but he's in England. But she has predominantly been a single mum. Yeah, that's not my story to tell. Though, if you are watching this and you see me post about the arty crafty alchemist, that's my sister. Yeah, see, I've never been able to hold a job down for more than 6 to 12 months. And I always just thought it was me. Like, I would get to a point where I would literally spiral downwards and be like, I want to die. And I never understood because I didn't know. I just thought, oh, it's time for a job change. I'm bored with this job. And I had a really good job with Nutrimedics, and I was really well liked there, and, you know, could have stayed there. They would have happily taken me back, and I kind of blew a few chances to go back because I couldn't make myself. And then I was in a live-in relationship, and he didn't want me to work. So that becomes okay, well, what do I do? So I started making bears, and then my health totally nosedived during that relationship, and everything either I have periods where I'm doing better or periods where I'm doing worse, but I'm trying to pull myself out of a downward spiral at the moment, and it has been a downward spiral for a few years. So that's why you'll see me talk about things like living on short soup, because I'll sit and make all the dumplings and freeze them, and then I just chuck it all in the rice cooker. It's one of my new little hack things, and I really like it, and it's really nice. So and I've got the stuff. I've had the stuff to do lasagna. Like, I keep throwing bits out, and like I've ended up cooking the mince and freezing it, but I've got to make lasagna because I've got the stuff to make lasagnas. And I invested in some of the decor glass. Well, it was supposed to be the thermoglass things, but I got these really fancy thermostone cookware things because I'm trying to not oh, thank you. Thank you, Grace. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, I don't think I could work a traditional job. I think if it was teaching craft or doing something in my own sort of way where but even teaching craft, I volunteer taught craft at a place we have here called West Street, and it's for people with mental illness, and just preparing lessons when you've got no budget and stuff. And no problem, Fiona. Like, I found that so draining. That was such hard work. I found a lot of my stuff suffered because of it. That's why I do my Etsy store in like little waves. The next one, oh, I didn't even announce that yet. I had an announcement today. Next Etsy store opening will be the 23rd of May. I usually open it for 2 weeks. So I have to start making stock for it. And I'm hoping to launch my bro ties, do some hair bows and some other bits and pieces. But I do it that way because I don't get to the post office that often. Having it open all the time is just too hard and too stressful. I'm pretty sure I watched some of your videos, Grace, or I have it on my to-do list. My to-do list never seems to get any smaller. But I will get there. I have a habit of, if I get behind, I will sit and watch a few of one person's videos at once. But I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of lace or fabric. I remember seeing that in your like thumbnails, but I could be wrong. I do get confused easily. Okay, hands up who's here, and I'm not talking to myself. No problem. My fringe is really... So I have this, I've got to go pick up a parcel. I'm supposed to have done it yesterday, but I got... Oh, what are you crafting, Tina? It came last Monday, and I haven't had a chance to go out and get it. And I'm very tempted just to wear my PJs because I'm only going up the street for like literally, it'll be a taxi ride up there, probably grab it and then... Oh no, Wendy. Oh, an album. I'm having so much fun with those. I didn't even know about the From Scratch albums until I was watching Stormy's Imagination Station, and Peggy does such beautiful work. All her like Shirley Geigel ones where she does like she did the gypsy houses and stuff was so amazing. It could be the weather. I don't know. It is suffering when you've got to go through the buffering. You do suffer through the buffer. So what sort of album, Tina? Or is it top secret? I've been loving the fact that I have a lot of chipboard here that I can use for album covers because I stocked up a few years ago. I love steampunk. That is so cool. I can't wait to see it. I have to pull out all my steampunk stuff and have a play at some point. I have so many projects on the go. It's crazy. I have to do Miri's wedding album. There's a travel album I want to do for someone as a gift that they don't know about. I have a secret album. That's okay, Fiona. Go rest your hands. Your health is so much more important. Thank you for hanging out for a while. It was really lovely to get to know you a little. I'd be the same. I try and lurk in Twitch and craft, and I can't do it. I have to type and chat to people. Yeah, see, lace books scare me, but then I also think I don't really have enough of the right types of lace for that, and I'm not sure that's my thing. I dabble in so many things. Bye, Fiona. Take care. Look after those hands. They're important. Tilda dolls. I don't know. They creep me out. Sorry. I know a lot of people love Tilda dolls, but they kind of creep me out. I think it's the weird faces and the square heads. I don't know what it is. Like, they're really cute, but they're just creepy. But then again, I never liked Tim's Shattered dolls because they gave me the creeps too. I think it's also, I don't know, there's something like, they look like the kind of doll that would be possessed. Just the way my wiggy mind works. I heard the postman earlier and I was all set to open mail, and I was like, oh, I'll have some stuff from that place we're not allowed to talk about. And it was just a reminder that I have to go pick up a parcel. And I'm very tempted to do it in my pajamas. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. I grew up in a time where the Tilda dolls weren't really, in a place where the Tilda dolls weren't really a thing. I think it depends on what you're used to. I mean, gollies were a thing when I was growing up, and rag dolls and stuff like that. So I think it's just, I always actually really, really always wanted an original Cabbage Patch, and I got a handmade Cabbage Patch instead. And I loved her, but I was devastated. I wouldn't know where she is now. My mum gave away all my stuff once I turned like 12. It broke my heart. I came home one day and the 2 toys I had had since they took me out, like they took me from foster care and were going to adopt me, were gone. I don't think I ever recovered from that. I blame that for the reason I got into making teddy bears. Not that I've been making bears lately either. That's something on my to-do list. I had this plan in my head that one day everything will be all organised and everything will have a place, and then I'll have a day per craft. I like to think I can be that organised, but we all know the muse doesn't always cooperate with that. Oh, yay! Enjoy your hair trim, Wendy. Bye. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. I know Joanne said she might pop by, but I think she was out doing groceries today. I'm only going to stay for a little while just because my arthritis in my hips is flaring up today. And as I said, do you think I could get away with wearing my PJs out of the house? They kind of look a leisure suit. I only have to go pick up a parcel at the newsagent post office and get some lunch. Is that a terrible thing to do? My niece would kill me if that though. Hi, Joanne! Yay! We're so happy to see you. This is so full of crafty people today. I need you all to vote on my Twitter polls. I asked what people wanted and they were just like, random chit chat. And I'm like, okay. How was grocery shopping, Joanne? My sister's out and about shopping and I was just checking my phone to see if I had any messages from her. She said she found something that I might be able to use as the embellishment boxes at Jolly Ollie's. I should have got her to take a photo, but I missed her by half an hour. I did order something from the Nameless place, but they're only small because getting stuff like the Dollar Tree one over here I figured would be more expensive. These were like 60 cents or something. I don't normally do it. These are Lisa's laces. These are brand new PJs. I've not even worn these. This is the first time. Like I put these on to wear them on stream because the weather hasn't really been PJ weather. But I'm thinking that I could probably get away with wearing them as like a leisure suit because they're not strictly like they're not fleecy lined or anything. They're not strictly a PJ fabric. Just throw on my shoes, grab my purse. I have a listening party / live stream on Twitch that I have to be a part of at 3. Yes, or like not only those, I just bought 2 different types of resin to try from there because I figured why not? If it's crap, I've wasted maybe $5 or $6. I bought UV to try and just regular, like the 2-part. I've been buying the mini wishing bottles because I want to do potions for my Etsy. So I bought some stars, some hearts, and I bought 4 different shapes, but I only know what I want to do with 2 of them. Yay! You bought yourself. Please tell me you bought yourself some clothes, Joanne. Because that's important. And I just realized there are a few places that do afterpay for clothes. Like I can't remember offhand too, but there are a few. I know Big W does one of them. Like I don't know if they do afterpay or was it afterpay or was that best and less? I don't know. I can never remember who does what, but there are a few that will let you. I need more craft card stock. I was so upset that Craft Online didn't have it because I actually need it to do an album and I looked at how much I have and I don't have enough to do the album at the moment. Sounds like you've had a busy morning, Joanne. They are not all unbranded and they're not all sorted into here, but this is my dye storage where I put a lot of the nameless companies in. And I haven't put, I need to start let me lift up my laptop and I will show you. I have to start a folder for paper piecing ones because I've kind of started collecting those and there's some really nice ones. I need more flesh tone cardstock. It's not just the dies, it's the stamps, it's the resin roses. Oh, yay. Well, at least you've only got you've got a 20-minute break and then you're done till tomorrow. I get so many different things. Ribbon, it's really good for ribbon. Lace, you can get some really nice lace for not a lot of money. saw Wendy or Melinda's prize they got from my last challenge, everything in those parcels pretty much came from there. Oh yeah, flowers, really good for flowers. You can get the coloured flowers that Kaiser sell for $2 a bunch for 20 to 30 cents a bunch. It's a matter of knowing how to look. There are some things I haven't been able to find. I got what do you call them? 12mm cabachons, and about it was 100 for $4 or something, and about a third. There was about at least a fifth or so were gorgeous ones, and I was like, yes. It is, and until you know what they are, like sometimes I'll look on eBay until I can figure out what they're called, and it always pays to double check your prices between both sites. That's something I have learned. Although when it comes to things under $1, you're not going to find that on eBay because eBay usually has a minimum of $1 or 99 cents. And some things they have, like I got a Snoopy paper piece. I've got to find him. And I was going to get one for Kathy, and I can't find it now. I went to buy another one when I actually had the money for it, and it was gone. And there's some really cool superheroes and Disney characters and stuff. Like there's Aladdin and Belle, like in the piecing kinds. Oh, and I like the style these are because they're the one sheet, like they're the sort of like square or rectangle piece of metal where it's all pressed in, so it's all on one thing, which I really like. Welcome back, Owen. Like, I wish some of the paper piecing ones weren't quite so like that, where you have to cut all the bits out. But that is one of the most expensive ones I have bought. That was like $4 or $5 on special. I don't like Wish. I can't handle the way they do their site. I like being able to sort things by price lowest. And I don't like that Wish gives you other stuff in amongst what you're looking for. It drives me batty. I like the nerdy jewelry's good too. We are talking about a site that shall not be named, Owen, which I'll let you know in message later, where we get a lot of supplies from. They're good for, there's some really nice, it's just everything. Like it's so overwhelmingly full of stuff that you don't, like my wish lists are crazy long. Fabric, ribbon, dies and stamps, movie posters, because they have cheap Harry Potter like little stickers they have in different, like Harry Potter, Star Wars, Indiana, and it's a 10-pack for like $3 something, and it's so hard to find that stuff to craft with because I wish I had the money. There is a Harry Potter range of stuff out at the moment, and I want it so hard. But over here, even at Craft Online, the dies are like $30 a pop, which is just, it's too much. It's not in my budget anyway. Even if I got a few and afterpaid them, it's still a lot. If you know where any rich sugar daddies are, I mean, I'm 43 and single. I suppose a rich sugar daddy wouldn't go straight. A girl can drink. No, I don't know. I've never been motivated by money, so that's probably the worst thing to say. But it's fun to joke about. Let's just take the jet to America and go and shop all the sales. Joanne, I'll share him. I mean, I'm not really into sharing, but if he's a rich, multi-millionaire, billionaire type, I'm sure that he'll have enough money for both of us. I mean, we are in different states. And you got to meet Melinda. I was so excited. A little bit green with envy, but a lot happy for both of you getting to meet each other. I love Melinda. And I love you, so I'm so happy you two got to hang out for a bit. Hopefully it'll be the start of many hanging out times for you both. Are you far away? Like, are you far apart from each other? I had an inheritance a few years back and I worked out, I think almost, but I did it strategically. It was a lot of things that I can reuse. And it's a lot of like, yeah, a lot of stuff I haven't even been, I have to get into using my stuff more. But it was also a lot of storage. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but Craftmates are amazing. And at the time, Craft Online had the black Craftmates folders for $10 each, a lot on special. So I grabbed a heap of those and they open out and they've got 4 containers in them and they lock. So you push the side and you pop up the lid of the one you want, which means that if you drop beads or sequins as often as I do, they don't pop open. Oh, yay. Yeah, I figured it would be with you and Melinda. Melinda is awesome. I love you guys so much. Grace, I should also message you. I'm doing an Aussie Craftmas in July collab if you'd like to be a part of it. Yeah, their Saturday savers are worth looking at, but they're not always great. The cardstock, when they had the cardstock for 50 sheets for $5, which I know Americans can just giggle because Michael's put that on that same cardstock on special for $2, but $5 is good for us. That's when I usually do. And I was so upset because even though it wasn't on special, I wanted to grab some more craft because I'm actually working on a wedding album. I don't want to think about how big my wish list is. What I really want is one of the things I really want is $40 though, and I can't justify it, is the it's the Queen & Co Mickey Mouse shaker set. Hi Di! Wonderful to see you. Meet some Aussies and other fellow crafters. We're just chit-chatting today. That was the vote. I put a vote poll on Twitter and Chit Chat won. I was all set to sit here and make my dumplings or craft, but you know. Don't even add up my wish lists anymore. Like, it's scary. I wish I'd known about AliExpress. Oh, oops. The nameless place when I had my inheritance. It would have gone a lot further. But on saying that, I do have things set up really well where if I want to emboss, if I want to paint, if I want to mix media, glitter, I've got so many different things. And so now one of the things I liked reading, because like one of the things I liked about doing that was now I just have to replace things as I use them for some things. Although I can honestly say there are things I haven't invested in which I don't think I would, like I know everyone loves them, the Dilutions paints. What I really loved, which Ranger got rid of, was the Claudine Hellmouth paints, because they could be diluted down to do exactly what Dilutions does, but they could also be used on fabric, and they were so fantastic. I only ever had one, but they were really good. Yeah, so I set myself up so that I could do a lot of stuff. Like I haven't had to buy cards for a while, or yeah, like and I bought a lot of storage as well. So I have a lot of the We Are Memory Keepers page pockets, which is one of the reasons I wanted a fuse tool, which I have to actually remember to do a video on that, which is to change the size of some of my page pockets. And I bought a lot of albums and things to use as storage. Because I'm trying to get everything sorted more, and yeah, so that's been one of my ongoing things for the last few years, is trying to get things more and more sorted. And I had a whole lot of stuff I was going to sell, and then I realized it would be really good in Happy Mail, so I sort of took it all out of its packaging so that I could throw it in pocket letters and flip books and things. Although I tend to use whatever I'm using at the time in flipbooks and stuff as well, so you need to talk to Melinda. I need to talk to Melinda. Um, I got the heat tool, the $20 one, and I'm terrified to use it because a few people have said they've caught fire, and I'm like, no. Kmart have a cheap. Let me see if I can find mine. Kmart have a cheap heat tool. This is like $16. Mine's a bit worse for the wear, but mine is just coming loose here. Like if I had someone handy who could fix cords, mine is just and I've had this for a good few years, so it lasts a while. So that's the creative one. But I have trouble at times getting it to work. So while that one was $20, and because I needed more pay, which is genius, because most sites you only need to spend like $20 or $50 to get Afterpay. Megan, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Oh, I love you. Are you happy to be home? Are you okay? I got the chart. Well, okay. So I ordered serotonin, and why can't I think of the other one that you, for some reason, they gave me double serotonin. Do you need extra serotonin at the moment? I'm making some bows for Megan. Megan and I are doing a swap. And she got me some of that beautiful Disney stuff from Every Craft's a Pound, which, by the way, they have a lot of stuff at Pound World now too, or Poundland, and I'm like, no. Yeah, there's something about your own bed always. No problem. It was lovely to meet you, Grace. I look forward to stalking your channel and getting to know you better and stuff. Yeah. Have fun. Bye. Yeah, if you want one for embossing, you need an embossing gun. But if you want one just for what Jared, the drying, go to the hardware store and get like a paint gun. You just can't use it for embossing, but it is really good for drying projects. Oh, I know. It drives me nuts because I want to send so much happy mail. I am getting very good at sending stuff in a $3 envelope, though. A lot more than you would think. I sent Peggy, Stormy's Imagination Station. She won one of my last challenges. She won one of the prizes in my last challenge, and she was like, I cannot believe you fit this all in a $3 envelope. I'm a little cheeky like that. Joanne can attest to that too. Like, I've gotten very good at getting through Australia Post. But the trick for Aussies is to make sure you put it straight in the post box. Don't take it inside the post office. I can't, like, even here, like, internet, it drives me nuts that we don't have up to 250 gram one. Oh, wow. Love you, Megan. Sweet dreams. I'm so glad you're home in your own bed. Yeah. I've been thinking of you, but I didn't want to bug you because I knew you had a lot to deal with. I'm getting very good at making those little envelopes, and those envelopes are from Craft Online. They're the Poppy Crafts or Empress ones. I can never remember. But they're a nice size. They fit a lot in them. Apparently we can fit the B5 envelopes we can send for up to $3. My sister was just telling me because her fiance is in England. Yeah, see, now when I make stuff, I start thinking about what is relatively reasonably flat and easy to package. But Joanne, I have to find a box because I have stuff for you, like stuff that will blow your mind stuff for you because I don't use it. Because you need it, and yeah. My sister nearly died when she found out something that I was going to send you. She's like, I need to use that first. I need to do a video. And I'm like, okay, but I want to send it. Well, you know, I love you. Oh, whoa. No hurry, Megan, at all. I wasn't stressed about that. I haven't even made your stuff yet. As I said, I got dopamine. That was the other one. I got double serotonin and no dopamine, so I have to chase that up. By the way, we're talking the charms, the chemical symbol charms for some bows that Megan and I like. We're doing a swap, and so I saved some of my bows from my last release for her, and am doing some special ones. Well, I can always send you extra. I owe you a fair bit. You're doing so much for me. I can make you extra. That's no. I've got even if they reship the dopamine, I've got 20 freaking serotonin. I was just gonna look up what colours and stuff because I'm still a bit not sure how I'm gonna do those bows yet. I have a vague notion in my head. I know, you're good at waiting, you're so patient. I love for anyone who doesn't know Megan, she has a really cool channel. She doesn't post very often, but you should watch her openings of stuff I've sent her, most notably her Hufflepuff badge ears. Not a problem, Joanne. I'm probably not going to stay much longer because I need to pick up a parcel. And I have a live stream to be at 3. Although I don't know if I'm going to go pick up the parcel today. I might leave that. So, but it's really nice to see such a variety of people here. Oh, thanks, Di. You're on my list too. I have a long list of people I want to get stuff sent to. I've been making stuff, squirreling it away, and then I lose where I put it when I want to send happy mail. So I'm going to find a whole mother load of pocket letters and flip books and all sorts of really cute things. Bye, Di. Night. It's 12:33 in the afternoon here. This has been going for a little over an hour, so I'm probably just going to go in about 10 minutes, I think. Big, awesome hugs for you too, Megan. That is all double Dutch to me, Owen, but that is not a drama. I assume that's music talk. Oh, wow. Yeah. Anyone who was in my first live stream, Mary Amber was there. Mary is an amazing, she does geeky music, and she's launching her Westworld EP. It is 12:34 p.m. Wednesday, the 18th of April. My brain didn't want to work then. I'm in the future, and as I like to tell people, just because I think I should, it's awesome. Well, I think if you think the future is awesome, it will be more awesome. That's my theory. So that's what I'm doing at 3 today. Is I am modding Mary's stream on Twitch. Twitch music is amazing, but they also have a Twitch creative is growing. So if you're someone who likes to live stream, it's worth looking into because you can actually earn money, and more money than YouTube pays you. But that's just if that's what you're into. And so, Tina, you're doing a steampunk album. I love steampunk. You should see all the cogs and I have a wee bit of an addiction for cog and gear dyes. And Prima, when I had my inheritance, bought out these gorgeous ones with little heart instead of the usual the little circles and bits that had little hearts cut out of them, and they're so cute. As I said, I've got to pull out all my it's really good to do. I like meshing steampunk with shabby chic. was something I used to do a lot, and it looks really cool. Like, you do the steampunk designs, but with the shabby the white with, like, the little hints of pinks and blues and stuff. Really cool. I figured you would be, Owen. I didn't listen to the previews. I haven't heard it at all. One, because I know nothing about Westworld. A friend of mine's been trying to get me to watch it. And two, because I want to be surprised. I want to hear it for the first time on stream. I just think that's really cool. I think we lost Adelaide somewhere. But yeah, I'm still getting used to this live stream thing. I'm not used to sitting here being all chatty and I'm like, what do I say now? Yeah. So my plans for today are probably to do some chores. My craft everywhere in this house where craft is just a complete shambles, and I'm not creating because I'm struggling because everything is such a mess. So I want to sort some of that stuff out. I'll probably do some of that while Mary's streaming, although it just depends on how busy her chat is. I can craft and chat. Like, I find it easier to chat when my hands are occupied because it shuts my brain down. But also, I said earlier, I haven't really been in a babbly space. Like, had this been last week or even a few days ago where my mind was on overload, you would have had the and been like, Amanda, take a breath. But at the moment, my brain is a little sort of quieter, which is nice. It's a really nice break. I find it hard to craft and watch and Twitch and mod, but sometimes I will craft and listen to Twitch or watch like it's TV, like when there's someone playing music and stuff, which is really cool. Because I find it hard sometimes to craft and consistently change YouTube videos to catch up. So I'll either get on Netflix and stream something or watch Twitch streams because they are just a consistent thing. Well, see, when I craft, I usually like to tell people what I'm doing, so that to me makes sense to craft and chat. But I understand it because you get caught up in what you're doing. Like, I do it when I'm doing videos. Oh, that is so cool, Tina. I look forward to hanging out in one of your streams. I have missed so many streams lately. My sleeping patterns have been so over the place. Like today, I actually set my alarm for 10:15 because even though I went to bed early last night, early for me, I went to bed at like 11:30, woke up at 3, was awake for a good 2 to 3 hours, went back to sleep, figured I better set my alarm, and then was like, oh yeah, I have a live stream to get organised for. Crap, what am I going to wear? Oh, I'll just wear pajamas. And these are brand new. These only came out of the packet to wear on stream, which is a bit embarrassing, but I love seeing everyone's live streams. It's really nice because it's a good way to get to know people and to see them and interact with them. It's a really cool thing. And I love how you ladies are doing the Canvas Creations. I Can Never Get Brandy, and Happy Mail and Mars are doing that thing where they add in the Google Hangouts so it swaps between people. That's kind of cool. Camera is freezing. Nope, it's fine now. Yeah. My problem is I have too many ideas and not enough time to do absolutely everything I want to do them in. It is because it's not all on one person, which is a good thing. Like, especially because like I watch Mary and Mary chats, but she has songs in between the chatter. So that helps. That's a really good thing. Like, you have music and you have chatter, so that's cool. And because of the way her chat is, it kind of takes care of itself. Like, everyone chats about other stuff even when Mary's singing and chatting. So it's like, but sometimes when you're crafting, you get so caught up in that moment of what you're crafting. I do it in videos and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm filming a video on this in my head. I have to talk about what I'm doing. Because I do that. Like, I will just get so caught up in the creating that I forget. Especially if it's something where I haven't planned it out. Like, I haven't, like, sat there and done a lot of pre-prep and stuff, which I try and do because otherwise you end up with videos that are way long, and not everyone likes videos that long. But I have this thing where I don't really like the videos that have been super edited, like where they cut all the bits out. Like, okay, we're going to do this, and now we've got this bit, and it's like, hang on. I get that they're easy steps. Oh, you do gorgeous mixed media, Tina. I love your mixed media. I have not been doing enough mixed media. I have a canvas I started a few years ago that is gorgeous, and I loved it so much, but I don't know what to do with it now. Like, I did the background, but now I don't know what else to do to it. You get like that, like you finish, you do something and you're like, okay, what do I do next? And then you put it aside and you're still waiting for inspiration to strike. This is the very first. That would be something falling. That is my house. This is the very first project I did on my channel. I haven't finished it. I've actually got to do a video of me finishing this. This is why I haven't finished it. It's a thing called a balloonicorn from, I can't remember what the game is called, but it's from a game. And it was bright pink with blues. And I thought, I want to try altering a toy because I've never done it. And this thing is worth $30. And I thought about it. I thought for a while. And I thought, you know what? I don't need it. I have this thing where I just cannot be bothered selling certain things anymore, like, eBaying and stuff like that. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to play with it. And I started it. And then I sat down one day and I got all this color added to it. But then I was like, oh, I can't finish that. I need to finish it on stream, because this was literally one of my first projects on my channel. So it's kind of neat. That was me trying to pick things up and not lose it all. So that's a work in progress that I seem to keep forgetting I have to finish. But I want to do it on a channel because on my channel, because it was the first thing, one of the first creative things I did. Yeah, it's turning out super cute, and it's just, I would never buy them again. The Inca Golds, the Viva Decor waxes, because they go so moldy and gross. I would never pay the money for them again. My sister kind of talked me into how awesome they are. So that's what the color is, but I definitely would not buy them and would not recommend to buy them. You'd be better off with Prima or a different brand of wax. And this was something I started at Christmas time, and he hasn't got his eye hook in. This was a Scribblenauts Batman, and I glittered his cape, and I've just got to put a screw eye in to turn him into an ornament. I know. This is Martha Stewart Black Onyx glitter. It is one of my favorite glitters. I have like 2 jars of it. I have a jar and a quarter because I love it that much. Oh, and because I did a mask ages ago for it. And I was these came from that A place. And these are Tinkerbells that I was doing for my niece. So I've got to finish it. And that's the Viva Decor over just the leaf, which makes it look less plastic. But I didn't do a very good job, but I kind of had to add underwear to Tinkerbell. Because I bought these figurines and I got them and I'm like, which one? Is it this one? No, was it this one? Yeah, this one I literally took apart, took some of the center out and folded her forward so her hoo-ha wasn't showing. Like, these are meant to be children's toys. I was so scandalized. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back, Miss Joanne, while you're waiting. I know, it is hilarious. And I was wetting myself at Christmas time while I was working on them, trying to put underwear on these things because they're so tiny. And I'm like, what did I buy? They're only a few dollars, and they're really like the wings and everything are really gorgeous. Like they've got the sort of clear plastic wings and stuff. But I was like scandalized. I'm like, I can't give these to my niece like for her Christmas tree. It was just one of the, you buy something, you think it's going to be okay, and Tinkerbell's not wearing any underwear and flashing a bit. To be honest, my sister and I have had many a laugh over it. It is a total classic crack up. It was one of those weird things. Oh, Joanne, I have some dies for you too. Not from the A place. Well, actually, I have one from the nameless place, but I also have a although I don't know whether to send it to you because I don't know if you'll have the right plates for it. Yay! Joanne struck gold. I have to make some I have a cheat thing I do now, which I have to do a recipe for, which is my cheat sort of version of making cheesecake. I don't know. It's drifted back into YouTube, but apparently because they do a lot of knockoffs or copies of things, because they have no copyright in their country, so it's not copyright infringement on their behalf. Apparently that's why. So it's hard because other people do, but I sort of err on the side of caution. I worked hard for my channel. I'm coming up to almost 2 years of my channel. I would rather keep my channel. It's weird. I don't quite understand. It apparently violates the terms and services of YouTube, but I'm not 100% sure how. But then so do giveaways where you ask people to comment below, which I've only just, my sister reminded me of. No, heck no, because when I had monetization, I was getting demonetized over stupid stuff. Like if there was a video of me with my face in it, you could guarantee I was getting demonetized, which was stupid. And it's very, anti-fat. I get why a diet company might want their ad in front of my video, but yeah, it's very arbitrary and it's very weird. How are you going with your watch hours, by the way? I'm I need under 1,000 now. 975, I think it was last I checked. Yeah, they for really weird things. Even some of my craft videos, some of my cooking videos got demonetized. And I would the only way to deal with it was to tweet at them because it's the only way they'd review it. Because if you have under a certain amount of views, they just won't review it. It was their algorithms are shot. Oh wow, okay. So I need to put you and Miri back on my radar. What I do is I don't log in. I watch it through my Opera browser, but I don't log in. So you get the hours, but they don't know it's me watching. Woohoo! That is awesome, Joe. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, that's why I don't comment on all your videos, but I just put them on loop. Well, you're still getting the watch time, but what it means is because Google is sneaky now, because Chrome, if you mute the tab, they know you're muting it, whereas I can do that on Opera without them knowing. They get sneakier at knowing stuff in their own browser. So I just, because you can watch stuff when you're not signed into YouTube, you just can't like it or comment on it or sub. Plus, I watch you in slow, so in normal speed. I normally watch videos in 1.5 speed. There are some people I need to watch at double speed because they talk very slow, and that kind of drives me insane. And that's not a dig at them. That's just me. I just can't handle that, and it's because I'm so used to watching. I can't do double speed all the time because double speed ends up being in my head for like a week of me hearing chipmunk voice. I wish I'd bought a Wii. I got talked by a cute boy into buying an Xbox that I barely use. I haven't plugged it in I don't even remember how long. It sits in a drawer. But that's also because I haven't got more organized and sorted things out so I can have it set up. I just watch stuff on my laptop mostly. I don't even remember the last time I turned on my TV. That's so bad. I have Amazon Prime too, but the reason I got Amazon Prime was I got it for like $3 a month for 6 months, and it gives you one Twitch subscription for free and some other perks. So, but I don't like it. I don't like the way they set it out. I have to go and look for everything by season, like whereas Netflix, it has all the seasons. Amazon Prime, you, like, say for example Dawson's Creek, you have to look for Dawson's Creek season 1, Dawson's Creek, and that's just a pain in the butt. I'm spoiled. What can I say? I've been binge watching My Little Pony at the moment. I did finish rewatching Gossip Girl. That's on my list to do, is a range of a series of Gossip Girl themed hair bows and hair accessories. Yeah, well, see, that's it. Like, that's why I watch things I know, like, or stream Twitch music, because it's like having a live concert in your lounge room, and that's pretty cool. But I have periods where I don't have any extra noise on because I just can't handle it, or I just forget. I get caught up in what I'm doing. I'm like, oh yeah, there's nothing on to entertain me. Yeah, it just depends on my mood and how I'm feeling. See, I don't have a lot of my DVDs are in storage at the moment, but I don't have a huge amount because I sort of I was like, okay, craft supplies, DVDs. New anything? Craft supplies. Craft supplies are my weakness. um I get noise and light sensitive as part of my bipolar and my mental health stuff. So I have periods where I cannot have like bright lights, or I cannot have noise, so I will just do things quietly. I only just got over, like, I had a few days of really bad migraine. That was not fun. I get used to total silence. Like, I live alone, so I'm used to sort of quieter times. I went from the person who would blare the music all the time to the person who's like, "Oh, that's too loud. Let me turn it down." That's fair enough, Joanne. Like, my sister and niece have really good DVD collections, so if I wanted to watch something, I can just borrow it from them. But I tend to just stick to whatever's on Netflix or Amazon, or and I don't know if you know this, but old musicals and stuff, there is a wealth of them on YouTube. Like, you can find full Hallmark movies and stuff if you look. So I'm a sucker for the sappy romantic Hallmark movies. What can I say? Especially the Christmas ones. I have been all my life. I was the kid who hated school discos because I could not handle the flashy lights. Hi, Pamela. How are you? Anything new at the reject shop we should know about? Oh my gosh. That place is dangerous. Also, Joanne, your lace haul was amazing. That's one of the reasons I miss walking into Spotlight, is bargains like that. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Like the light and noise sensitive thing hits me at weird times too. That is no problem. Good night, Tina. Thanks for hanging out with me and with everyone. Hopefully, I'll catch your next live stream. I'm not planning to do these loads. I just thought, one, I only have a couple more videos already pre-filmed for VEDA, but also I wanted to do another one because I did one the other day and I thought it was fun and it's a nice way to chat to people. Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Pamela! Happy birthday to you! Yeah, I had a lot of that at school. Like, I would hide out at the library when I wasn't eating lunch and stuff, I would literally just be in the library. I did year 12 twice, and the second school I went to, I ended up with no friends. Don't ask, long story, but I ended up with no friends. And then everyone wondered why I wasn't going to the school formal and why I wasn't, yeah. And I even had the counsellor call me in and be like, why don't you have any friends? And I'm like, I have friends, they're just not at school with me. I had friends outside of school I hung out with all the time. I just didn't have them in school because the group I was hanging out with decided that I wasn't really a part of their group and I should bugger off. So I used to sit at lunch and read a book. Oh, well, I'm planning to do like to sort of regularly do them. I don't know how often, but at the moment while VEDA's on, there'll probably be at least one or two a week, just to pad out VEDA, and also because it's really nice to see everyone and just to live chat. What are you shopping for you? Joanne, Pam is another Aussie crafter. I got her hooked on Blitsy. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But apparently, according to my sister these days, scrapbooking.com is better than Blitsy. Oh, I'm so excited to see how that goes for you. I may have ordered one, but it won't be here for ages. I've got to pay it off. I have a long list of things. You don't want to know how big the order is. It's like ridiculous, but part of it's for my sister. Saturdays was impromptu though. Like I didn't plan to do Saturdays. Not a problem, Joanne. It was just I'm going to try this and see if it's easier because they had, yeah, it wasn't set up the way it used to be. So, what are you buying for your birthday? I get so excited. La, 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 la. I really should go soon too. Make sure I make some lunch and stuff before the stream that I have to be in. Well, no going to get my parcel today. I guess that's tomorrow's job. I was saying earlier, Pamela, do you think my PJs are good enough to wear up to pick up a parcel and go and get some lunch? Because they're kind of leisure suity. How exciting! The mini envelope punch board. Yay! Yay for crafting goodness. The mini envelope punch board is like high on my list. I'm so in love with that. Anything in miniature, I'm just like, I have the small alphabet punch one, mostly because I honestly didn't see what I would use 2-inch highlighters for with the big one. And I also have I have a wish list, but the wire majig is the We Are wire thingy is definitely something that's been on my radar for a while. Mostly because I want it for something that they don't actually use it for as yet, that I have seen. Someone may have discovered it, but I'm keeping it hush hush till I get one and can do a tutorial. But I think it will come in very, very handy for stuff I sell on Etsy. I mean, I know it's meant to do the shapes and paper clips and stuff, but I probably won't use it for that. One of the tools I absolutely love, although I haven't really pulled it out in a while, is my bow it all. Bow it all's awesome. The only thing I wish with the bow it all, and I kind of wish it with the Wyoming jig too, is that they had bits all the way along. Not a problem. I will say goodbye. I will end this, I think. Sorry, Joanne, if you watch this back, I'm going to, yeah, it's 1 o'clock. I've been here an hour and a half. I think that's about my limit, to be honest. Oh, Joanne's back. Okay, well, I'll stay for Joanne because I love you. We were just talking crafting supplies. Yeah, the fact that one of my favorite tools is the bow it all, which you can do really cool bows and stuff on. And some of my wishes are the mini envelope punch board. Well, not wishes because I may have an order for them that I have to pay off. Mini envelope punch board, the Oh, that's okay. You gotta take your calls. Yeah, that's not a drama at all. Mums are important. I'm still your lace haul. That was amazing. The other thing with the fabric, Joanne, you said you use a lot of offcuts. Check out. You can't always find them, but check out at your op shops. Sometimes they'll have a bag of offcuts and they'll be like 20 cents. I mean, I can keep an eye out. I go and get some every so often when I go to my favorite op shop. I haven't been there since I projectile vomited at their counter. Which that's a last year story, but it's also I haven't been op shopping since that fateful moment. But I'm going to go next week because I have a few hours when I do my bone scan. Yeah, all that lace is amazing. I mean, I look on the Nameless place for lace and eBay. You can bid on a lot of lace on eBay. That's where I get a lot of my sandwich bags of lace to send you. So I said, I have a parcel for you, girl. Like, I just have to find a box to put it all in, and I have stuff. I went through all my charms and a whole lot of charms and beads that are good for making the decorative pins. So I've got like 20 little snap block bags full of stuff for you of those. It's just a matter of putting it all in the one place and having the money to send a parcel because the charms alone are pretty heavy. But I have so much stuff. Like I didn't even make a dent in what I have because I collect stuff that I get cheap off eBay at times. So yeah, because I know you're starting out, and I've got to go through. I've got a box of paper I've got to go through for you and Wendy and a few other people. I've got to get the 12 by like the satchels that you can put the 12 by 12 paper in. But you have a lot of stuff here. I have a lot of stuff for you, lady, because you spoil everyone else, so you deserve to get spoiled. But also because I have it, and it's not doing me any good. Sort of, yeah. I'm so excited. Oh, hi. Okay, serendipity. I always forget your name, and I don't think it's Jane. I think it's a name that I always struggled with pronouncing. N something. I can't think. My brain has because it's been a while. I was going to stay for a little bit longer, but probably not a huge deal longer. I'm so excited. You and Fiona Jane are the only two that have done my challenge that are sending anything so far. I mean, there are other people that have said they are, but yeah. And I've got to figure out what I'm sending Fiona. I don't know what to do for her. Because it's anything you enjoy doing. I enjoy craftsing. Kylie! Oh, look at all these Aussie people. It is Jane. Okay, see, I kept going to call you Jane, and I felt like I was calling you the wrong name. I want it to be a surprise, please. You can do the video, just I have to try and be good and not watch it. I have no self-discipline. If you do a video and post it, I'm going to watch it. You know this about me. Jane, are you up for a collab? I'm getting the Aussie craft girls together to do Craftmas in July to do to do 4 videos. Oh, that'll be so beautiful. Hi. Hi, Twilliam Scar. I don't think I said that right. That's okay. This is not a sending thing. This is why I'm giving you, it's not till July. This is why I'm sort of giving everyone a heads up. It'll be 4 videos, and I figured Saturdays or something, because a lot of people upload Saturday anyway. And it's we're gonna do sort of prep for Christmas. So one will be tags, one will be cards, one will be small gifts, and one will be embellishments for your Christmasing stuff. I thought that I wasn't going to do set themes, but that's sort of pretty much so that, yeah. I just thought it'd be nice because a lot of collabs are international or mostly American ladies or mostly English ladies, and I just thought we don't really do a lot of collabs as Aussies, so it'd be nice to do an Aussie one. Oh yeah, I was gonna, thank you, Joanne. I need to do a video on that. What I was gonna do is pull out some stuff and show you what I mean by advent calendar, because it's really fun. Where you have like a daily craft little gift that you open. Although it's a bit harder to do an advent calendar of 25 when there's 30 days, September, April, June. Yes, 31 days in the month. I think Crafty Kylie was in for the advent calendar as well. So for anyone who doesn't know who is around, the advent or watching this later, the advent calendar swap, I'm keeping it with Aussie ladies for now just because otherwise it gets too expensive, is you do a set amount of little wrapped goodies. It can be a few tags, it can be some napkins, some beads, whatever, and you put numbers on them. And so it's basically like a crafty advent calendar, and then the last day is a handmade, something you've handmade for the person. So it could be whatever you like it could be like you're doing the wall hanging, it could be a cushion, it could be a teddy bear, it could be like a photo frame, a little album, yeah, whatever you want to do. But yeah, so that's the idea, is like it's all little gifts, sort of like getting a chocolate every day, only you get something crafty and fun. And you don't have to go and buy a million packets of things either. You can raid your stash for this. Like if you want to do packets of stickers or whatever, that's fine, but you do not have to. The idea is that we all have a lot of stuff in our stash usually. I know some people who are starting out don't, but yeah, so sometimes it's nice just to take some things out of your own stash. Like Kylie did for me. I have been using, like, I think I've used nearly all the tags you sent me. I have tags somewhere here, but I didn't have to go find them because you sent me tags and they worked really well for the album I did. That's tomorrow's. Tomorrow will be the project share for that, like the better look at the album. Did you like my series on that? The Splendid stuff? Was that cool? I always get so nervous when I have these weird ideas, like, I want to do this thing now. Hi, Caleb. Just a note, this is not a pickup joint. Oh, good. Yeah, I've still got the video to post for the album. That'll come up midnight. And then Friday is my spotlight haul, and then I have to sit down and do some more videos. I have a list. I have a 5 craft supplies I will never buy again video. And the top one is Mod Podge, which scandalizes most people. I hate Mod Podge with a passion. I've got a few, like I've got various things. But I have lists. Like I literally have Word documents and a Excel document with videos and stuff. And I would need to go through my old videos because what I want to do is oh, thank God. Someone seriously, gel medium kicks Mod Podge's butt. Even multi-medium is better than mod, but I don't like multi either. as much as I used to. Not since I discovered gel medium in gloss and matte. Gel medium is just epic. I have like I have more than 5 things, so I'm trying to put it in a top 5 things I will never buy again. I know the Inca Golds are on there because they go moldy. Let me see if I can find mine on the shelf, so I can show you what I mean. Like I had, I don't know where mine are at the moment. Otherwise, I would show you what I mean. But oh, here we go. So this is my Inca Golds. These all literally have had glycerin and water on them to try and stop them going moldy. So like this hasn't gone moldy. Now this is going to make a liar out of me. That one's not. This is going to make a liar out of me now because usually they go moldy even when I try and do everything to prevent it. I love gel medium because it's good for gluing stuff down. Okay. Yep, this is going to make, oh, that stinks. Not only do these not smell good, but I love the idea of these. Oh, look, you can see on this one, it's really gross though. Hang on. Like this has the liquid in it. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a section where it's gone moldy. And it doesn't matter what I do. Like you're not supposed to touch them. Yeah, and you're not supposed, there's so many things you're not supposed to do with these, and so I take it out with a paddle pop stick and I do all the things and it still goes moldy on me. It's gross. I wouldn't, these were like $10 a pop, I think, although I did get some on special cheaper than that, but I wouldn't buy them again and I wouldn't recommend them. They're great for what they like. They're really good because they dry and they're really fun on, like you can use them on furniture and all sorts of things, but the fact that they go moldy and you have to throw out chunks of them away, no. That annoys me. Biggest pet peeve is when you buy a craft supply and Inca Gold, like the company that makes Inca Gold Viva Decor, say that's part of the formulation, they can't change it. And I'm like, you've got molding. Oh, you don't like the Derwents? Because Inktense are watercolors. I'm partial to Staedtler Ergo Soft. They're not super cheap. They're triangular and they have a nice, even Crayolas, like Joanne, like if you can find Crayolas cheap, they have a really nice pigment to them. It just depends on what you're after. It's trial and error. Sometimes if you can find an art store where they have stuff on clearance, sometimes you can just buy a few different pencils and just try a few different brands till you find the one you like. I'm not much of a colorer. I have Prismacolor here, but I don't really. They were a freebie with you at Christmas time, at Black Friday sale, Blitsy. You spent $75 US, $100 US, so $125, $130 AU. Got free postage, and you got a tin of the Prismacolors. Not a huge fan of those either. I have Inktense. And everybody loves them, and I'm not a huge fan of those either. My sister talks me into a lot of things at times, and I've learnt to not get sucked into her hype because she's really into gelatos, and I have gelatos just sitting around here. It's so embarrassing that I have I'm sure they'll get used, but they're not a go-to supply for me. I actually found cheap chalk pastels on eBay, and I use those more. I go to those more than I go to using gelatos, and I get the same sort of effects, which is kind of interesting. Craft supplies are really trial and error sometimes, and if you're not sure, it's really when you can find things on clearance. Like you bought the Heidi Swap Color Shine. I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan, but also because Melinda messaged me and she's like, do you want some of the color shines because I can get them for $2.50? And I was like, I have a whole 7-liter container filled with mists and handmade mists, and I'm like, no, I'm not allowed to. And I also have, when I had my inheritance, I got some of the Lindy's. Oh, yeah, I have a cheap knockoff version of Copics. You can get them on eBay and stuff. You can pick up like 20 for $20 or, a dozen for $20 if you just want to try them, or just like a few for $10 and try them and see which ones you like. I regret the ones I bought because I spent way too much money, but also because I had found ones I really liked, and I was just too impatient to wait for them to come, and then I couldn't find them again. But and even Tabitha got, my sister got the little tipsy ones from Craft Online, and you get they're $1 a marker. But I wouldn't get the ones from Innovations because you can probably get them cheaper. I have to get you onto shopping on the Native Place, Joanne, or eBay, because you find a lot of stuff cheaper in those places. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm not a huge, unpopular opinion, but I'm really not a huge Heidi Swap fan. I want some of the papers that you foil, but beyond that, I'm not a huge fan of her ranges. I like her albums and stuff because they're good for storage, but I don't know. I just don't really gel with Heidi Swap stuff as much. I wasn't, even when she was all back original Heidi Swap stuff, when she was all the rage, I didn't really get into her style that much. I like it more now, but it's just still not. I'm so not on trend. I think the most on trend I've ever been is having the unicorn and mermaid stuff at the moment. And the sunshine and the rainbows and unicorns pad from Die Cuts with a View, because that's only just come out in the US. But that is something I can send you some of too. Because I have doubles of some, although the best colour for making shimmer sprays is Pearl-X powder or Perfect Pearls. These are what I use. I either use Biscotti or the Pearl, or it depends on what I'm doing. I've used different ones. This is blush. The only reason I have so many Perfect Pearls is because I got these on eBay. I think it was $10 or $15 I had a few. I owned a few, but the rest I got in this huge lot on eBay, and I had to, even my sister's you have to get that. That's crazy. It was just one of those crazy finds. But these are usually only a few dollars each. But or if you can find it, just a pearl, a shimmery pearl eyeshadow will work, but it doesn't set, so you need to just spray something over it to set it if you want it set, or use some gum arabic powder. I have the Lindy's Stamp Gang sprays, and I'm refusing. I've had them sitting here for 4 years, no water in them, because I refuse to let myself fill them up until I use up some of my mists. Have I been misting anything? No. And I don't want to open them and use them until I've actually used up some of the stuff, because I have a huge amount of mist. I went through and made a mist for nearly every distress ink I had at one stage. I had a reinker for. It's crazy. I know how to make them shimmer. I don't know how to get the gloss. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not really an on-trend girl, but when I saw that mermaid unicorn pad and range at the reject shop, I fell head over heels. And then Spotlight had the paper pad and the unicorn party range, which you'll see in a couple of days. I did a Spotlight haul, and they were clearing out a lot of the party stuff, so I got a lot of it to craft with. I couldn't help. Oh, okay. Well, I can probably send you a link to some on eBay, Joanne. It'll take a little while to get there, but it's like a couple of dollars for a decent size. It's a MAC knockoff, but it'll work. And I can probably send you some gum arabic to mix through it too. Just blind self with light. And even if it's not powdered, you can, even eyeshadow that's in a palette, you can smash up. Not a problem. Bye. I'm probably gonna go. I've been here nearly 2 hours. I think I'm definitely due to go make some lunch and get ready for Mary's live stream in an hour and a half. Oh my god. So much going on. Popping stuff back on my shelf as my shelves are so unorganized, but and then something still falls down. Welcome to my world. Yeah, so I think I'm going to end this. I think it's a good place to end this because otherwise I'll just sit here keep rabbiting on about nothing. And yeah. Bye, Kylie. Bye, Jane. Bye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. For everyone who did, I will talk to you all soon. Remember my usual outro thing. You are incredible. You are amazing. And most importantly of all, you matter. For anyone who's watching this back. Bye, all. Bye. And